John, this is going to go over to you. When we hear from David Kelly, what's more likely that Doomsday will have a post-credit scene or not?
All right. First, let me say that I don't know. The stuff I know about it near the end of it could be post-credit, or it may not be post-credit. I don't think it is. But also keep in mind, in Marvel tradition, most post-credit stuff is not written into the original script. It's stuff they decide on later, right? So I don't actually know, but what's more likely? That it does. Let's just go back and look at the template of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame did not have a post-credit scene, but Avengers Infinity War, the one that leads into Endgame, they did. So if Marvel just follows their pattern, Rob, I'll be honest with you, I will be surprised if we're sitting down watching Avengers Doomsday and there isn't a post-credit scene. So I'm going to say it's more likely that Doomsday absolutely does have a post-credit scene. Not because of anything that I know, but rather because that's just the pattern that they've done at this point. Rob, what do you think the likelihood is?
Yeah, I think it's more likely they'll have a post-credit scene. Yeah. I think they're going to do that. They're going to but it would kind of be cool if they didn't.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Do you think that the ending of what we know, do you think that's just in the movie proper prior to credits, or do you think some of that is bumped into post credits?
No, I think it's before.
All pre-credit.
Yeah,
yes,
it's all pre-credit.
I agree. So
it's
that's
all
why we don't
pre-credit,
actually know.
and
Yeah.
I think it kind of has to be because it's not short. But I would say this: if they did, so here's the thing. This is the only thing, because what would the post-credit scene be? Like at the end of Infinity War, you got
well, we have some theories.
Well, you have Nick Fury, right? You have Nick Fury sending a signal out to Carol Danvers, because so then we got Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel came out between Infinity War and Endgame, so that was really the first acknowledgement that Nick Fury even knew who Carol Danvers was, and then we had the flashback movie. So I would imagine, this is just my theory. This is a total theory. I'm asked to speculate. I think that something they could go back to, depending on what happens at the end of this movie, I don't know. Brand New Day is a question mark in my mind. In terms of, I have no idea.
Me either.
No idea. No clue. I have no idea how that's going to work. And I know that Brand New Day was supposed to come out after Doomsday. It was originally going to be so maybe there is something I would expect that something in that movie ties into Doomsday somehow, or they could have lingering questions. I don't know, but I think they do have that movie. They do, and it was going to come out afterwards, so maybe there is a tie-in that they've always been able to keep somehow that we just don't know about.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.